Is a story that came out September 4th, 2018, RT News. Incurable and drug resistant deadly superbug colonizing hospitals across the globe. That is scary. I have picked up a strep infection from a surgery I had in the hospital, and they told me the infection I had came directly from the hospital and it wouldn't go away. I took all kinds of antibiotics. Finally, what the doctor did, he took me into the OR and just got it out of my body. And then after he did that, I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days in a row. And I was on a constant IV drip for 2 days in a row. And finally, a few weeks later, it completely went away. So there are many resistance of superbugs out there, and some of them will even kill you. Doctors are warning of a potential fatal and formidable pathogen which has spread to hospitals across the globe and is resistant to all known antibiotics. That is scary. A team of researchers from the University of Melbourne in Australia discovered three multi-drug resistant strains of Staphylococcus epidermidis, which emerged in recent decades and spreading globally. The team studied samples from 78 medical institutions across 10 countries, releasing their findings in the journal Nature Microbiology on Monday. Often it just colonizes the skin. Researcher Ben Howden said, as cited by ABC News Australia, it doesn't necessarily lead to infection, but in a smaller number of people, it can lead to a serious invasive infection requiring complex treatment. S. epidermidis, a relative of a better known MRSA superbug, is found commonly on human skin and poses no real threat to the majority of the human population. However, people who have compromised immune systems and recovering from surgery have an implanted medical device, such as catheters or joint replacement, are susceptible to the potentially severe and sometimes fatal infection. The discovery is really that there is this bacteria that's been spreading in hospitals around the world, somewhat unrecognized for a number of years, Howden said. This is just another example of the use of antibiotics driving bacteria to become more and more resistant. Okay, so this is the strain of bacteria. They're calling it RT News posted in April 2018, drug-resistant nightmare bacteria spreading. New nightmare bacteria verging on untreatable. Now in every, the CDC and prevention is warning Americans about a drug-resistant nightmare bacteria. The study concludes that hospital practices, including inappropriate prescription of antibiotic and intensive care units, may have driven the evolution of this organism, once trivialized as a contaminant, towards potentially incurable infections. It can be deadly, but it's usually in patients who already are very sick in the hospital. It can be quite hard to eradicate. The infection can be severe, Howden said. This highlights that the use of more and more antibiotics is driving more drug-resistant bacteria, he warned. With all bacteria in the hospital environment We are driving more resistant strains, and there's no doubt that antibiotic resistance is one of the biggest dangers to hospital care worldwide. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is scary as hell. And I was just doing an article about a week ago how STDs are on the rise in America, and they're saying right now gonorrhea can no longer be treated with antibiotics. It's completely ineffective on it. And it's almost like every time you give an antibiotic, the actual bacteria learns how to become stronger. And that's scary. That there's something you're going in the hospital to get care and treatment or surgery, and you come out with a superbug, or you never make it out at all because you pick up on a superbug while you're in there. That's pretty scary. This is all the more reason to try to use natural treatments whenever you absolutely can. It's going to be the best way to go. But please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.